Everybody, this week many taxpayers are going to be receiving a surprise direct deposit from the IRS. Democratic lawmakers have also just decided that the enhanced child tax credit payments will continue for one more year. Here's your fourth stimulus check update and daily news report, everybody.
Dependency on coal. We've gone from 52% to 19%. We get no credit. We've done all these things. We have the technology to capture the methane. Let us build the pipelines to take the methane off. Don't use it as an oxymoron. So all these things we're talking about, but also we can accelerate transmission, ceramics for transmission. We can accelerate storage for renewables. We can accelerate all of those things. And that's what we are trying to do. Get a good piece of legislation. Throwing money right now at something that basically does not have a pathway to be completed.
Is paid leave in this time?
I will.
He's stealing my question.
See? That came from Burgess.
Paid leave. Are you still talking to Senator Gillibrand?
I'm talking to everybody, but I've been very clear. To expand social programs when you have trust funds that aren't solvent, they're going insolvent, I can't explain that. It doesn't make sense to me. I want to work with everyone as long as we can start paying for things. That's all. I can't put this burden on my grandchildren. I've got 10 grandchildren, and I just can't do it.
Has the president indicated that he's willing to move towards you, not go forward in Medicare expansion?
No guarantees. The only thing the President of the United States, and I'll say this again, we've got the right person at the right place at the right time. Let's work with him. The bottom line is he understands. And I think all he's asking for is continue to deal in good faith, and we'll get to where we get to, and we'll vote it up or down. That's what has to happen.
What if the House don't?
So a surprise check from the government will be going out very soon to many Americans. That is the situation for a number of taxpayers this week. Some of the payments are possibly related to 2020 unemployment compensation adjustments, whereby the IRS excluded up $10,200 from taxable calculations. Those changes, which were authorized with the American Rescue Plan Act, went way back in March, have already resulted in refunds for at least 8.7 million Americans. But the IRS has all about but just stopped providing updates about the payments in late July.
The $200 million for Pelosi's park. That apparently will always stay in. Speaker Pelosi has called this tax and spend bill the culmination of her career. She said it just a couple weeks ago in this very room. Based upon the number of Democrats jumping ship, this may be the culmination of many congressional careers. Think about it. Every week, a new Democrat announces their retirement. The Democratic budget chair, only in his second term as chair, has called it quits. Congresswoman Sherry Bustos, former DCCC chairwoman, has called it quits. And 15% of the Democratic leaders on appropriation has called it quits. With Thanksgiving around the corner, it's going to be the most expensive Thanksgiving for Americans. I wonder if President feels a little like Charlie Brown in that famous scene with the football. His advisors tell him to come back up to the hill. They promise this time Speaker Pelosi won't pull it out from under her. But we'll find out today if she does the exact same thing. You know, I agree with the House Majority Whip who said, I'm not too sure that the Democrats have yet developed the will to win in 2022.
Officially, distribution of the checks was only supposed to continue through the summer. But as summer came and went, many taxpayers who had been expecting refund were left wondering if they had been passed over. Despite the lack of official communication from the IRS, a blog post from a national taxpayer advocate in September revealed that some 436,000 tax returns have been held for further review, and that the IRS was still processing them to see if they qualified for an adjustment. It's unclear if the refund checks being reported this week are related to that specific backlog or a separate batch altogether. The enhanced child tax credit is one of the programs that made the cut, as Democrats race to continue an agreement over a framework for their spending plan. According to a framework of the now $1.75 trillion proposal, the credit, which was now expanded in March by the American Rescue Plan, will be continued through 2022. The move will ensure that some 39 million families with children receive the benefit for at least one more year. This year, the existing child tax credit was expanded to include more children than ever before. The benefit was increased to $3,000 from $2,000 for children, ages 6 to 17, with an additional $600 bonus for children under the age of 6. Most American families receive some money from the child tax credit. The full enhanced benefit goes to married couples, with an up to $150,000 in adjusted gross income, and single-parent families with up to $112,000. The first half of the credit began going out to eligible families in advance monthly payments that start in July. Families will get the second half of the credit when they file the 2021 taxes next year. Through October, the IRS and Treasury Department have sent out around $60 billion in funds to more than 36 million households. And early data showed that families have been putting the money to good use. About 1/3 of families used the first 3 checks to buy school supplies. Other studies showed that the checks were a powerful anti-poverty measure. The first 2 checks lifted around 3.5 million kids out of poverty. If extended to 2025, it could lower the child poverty rate to 8.4% from 14.2%. The current proposals fall short of what many Democrats wanted for the enhanced child tax credit. Many argued for making the benefit permanent, and President Biden's previous proposal wanted to continue it through 2025. There may still be changes to the program going forward, as Democrats have to vote on the framework and then write the actual legislation. Democratic leaders were once again forced to push back the timeline for a vote on a $1 trillion infrastructure bill, a sign of ongoing divisions within a party and a major blow to President Biden and party leaders that were eager to show they can deliver on the agenda. The decision to delay the vote came just hours after Biden appealed directly to House Democrats in a closed-door meeting on Capitol Hill, pitching them on a framework for a separate, larger climate and economic package. Delaying the infrastructure vote is a significant setback for Democrats, with Biden making clear privately for more than a week that he wanted an agreement and passage of the bipartisan measure before he arrives at a UN climate conference. What are your thoughts on Joe Biden, everybody? Tell me in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, have a great day.
Took the oath of office, he must have made some commitments to himself. The first meeting that I had after we came back after the insurrection, January 6th, was with the president and members of the Senate to talk about housing. The president made a commitment in the Oval that day about not retreating from housing. We are not getting away from that ridiculous policy in HUD where we only do one-for-one replacement. In other words, if a hurricane hits New Orleans, I know specifically and experientially about this, we'll only replace what the hurricane washed away. One-for-one replacement. That's gone. We now have money to do a 3-generation backlog of updating public housing and vouchers, which is desperately needed. We haven't increased the vouchers substantially since Lyndon Johnson. So this housing issue is important, and it matters. It really matters to have people who've been there, who understand the problems they face.